After Monday's solid losses, gold prices ended the U.S. day session modestly lower again on Tuesday. So is it still time for investors to buy the dips? Joining us today on Kitco's Gold Report is Peter Hug, Global Trading Director for Kitco Metals. Peter, good to have you back on the show with us.
It's nice to be here, Daniela.
So gold is backing away from last week's $1,300 mark. Is this to be expected, Peter? Is this just a normal correction?
I believe it is. We've been very sensitive to the gold price relative the foreign exchange market, and the dollar over the past week has obviously gained some lift, specifically against the yen, because of fears that the Japanese central bank would intervene on behalf of the yen to push the yen lower. So it's taken a bit of the edge off the gold market. And, when gold got up to that $1,300 level, it just ran out of a bit of momentum. I'm still very constructive this market. I know there's a number of analysts that think, the market is over and the dollar is now going to rebound and go much higher. I'm just not in that camp. I continue to believe the Fed's not going to move in June. In fact, I don't think they're going to probably move for the balance of the year. You've got the Brexit vote coming up in June. You've got Greek issues. They issued some austerity measures yesterday, and there were riots on the street. So I think the whole global scene is still unsettled, and in that context, I still think gold has got a constructive phase to it.
So where do you see gold levels from here? What are the key levels for you?
Well, I wanted, gold's got to hold 1265. It reached it today, but again, above the 1265 level. And yesterday, it was slightly below it during the day, but again, managed to close above it. So I still think 1265 is relatively strong support. The next level down would be 1255. And, I'm not discounting the fact that gold might not sort of wash itself out a little bit down to 1240. But I think the overall macro picture is still very constructive for gold. And I think next time we see a test of 1300, I think it goes through.
So let me ask you, Peter, I know you've said this to me time and time again, that it depends on the type of investor you are. But for everyday folks, what do you do with gold at this level? Is it a time to be buying the dips here?
Again, I'd have to ask the question. Are you in the market? And if you're in the market, as I've said many times over the past few years, you've got to recalibrate your portfolio. So if you were fortunate enough to get into gold in December, at the sort of 1,060 level, and, gold's now at 1,280, and your concept was to hold 10% of your position in gold, you've got to look at your gold position relative to your other investments. And if you're a little heavy on the gold side, you liquidate to get it back down to 10%. If you're not in this market yet, I just think it's something that you should consider. Whether it's 10, 15, or 5%, I think there should be a portion of your assets held in gold because there's just a lot of uncertainty. I don't trust the strength in the equity markets. I certainly don't trust the recovery in Europe. China, in my opinion, is an economy whose numbers you just can't believe. And Japan is struggling with negative interest rates. And U.S. growth is subpar. So, in that scenario, there's a lot more possibilities that something can go wrong, and having gold as an insurance position just makes sense to me.
All right, Peter, just some quick thoughts on silver now to wrap. Is it a better play than gold?
I thought, again, when we spoke last time, and I continue to believe it, I think silver right now at roughly at about 73 to 1 to gold is fully valued. Given the global economic recovery, should I see signs that the global economic recovery is going to, start to accelerate? I think buying silver, selling gold is still a play. But currently, after the move from 82 to 1 down to 72 to 1 silver to gold, I consider it fully valued. And I think silver now will trade with gold. If gold goes down, silver will go down and vice versa. But I don't see silver moving apart from gold at current levels.
Thank you, Peter. Thank you for your thoughts.
You're welcome.
And thanks for watching. We'll see you tomorrow.